Well, Ollie, your first season at Durham is complete. Just reflect on 2023 as a whole from you.
It couldn't have gone any better, really. Making the move, obviously, is quite a big thing for me and Becca. And the way the people are here, the club, the players, the staff, everyone has made it feel so wholesome. And yeah, it is like a family, and people do talk about it like that. And I really got the full whack of that this year. And on the pitch as well, it just could not have gone any better. Obviously, getting promoted and winning the league is everything we set out to do at the start of the year. And on a personal level, it went pretty well as well. So yeah, pretty happy with the first year.
We got a glimpse of you last season in the T20 Blast, but this year you've obviously had that full summer to get to know the lads, get to know the North East, get to know the squad, get to know the club. Just tell us a bit about moving at the North East and getting settled down here in the region. Obviously, Kent to Durham,
yeah.
One part of the country to another.
It's honestly, like I said, it couldn't have gone any better. Like the group we've got it's such a social group, and everyone is like you read about the people in the North East are lovely, and they are, and just the confirmation of that for myself and the town, especially like last night, especially obviously Newcastle beating PSG. You just walk through town. You go through town this morning, and people are just up and about and happy, and yeah, it's amazing.
And we spoke about in December about this squad should be competing in Division 1. That's obviously reality now. You've really took to Campbell's attacking style as a player. Just tell us a bit about how much you've enjoyed playing under Campbell this season.
He's been outstanding. He's really allowed us all to play with freedom. I think you only got to look at as far as Leesy and the way he backed Clarkey at the start. Everything that he set out to do, we've implied that, and everyone's gone about it in their own way. So it's not just one size fits all. It's how does this approach suit you, and how do you fit that into your game? So I think everyone adapted to that very quickly, and I think losing that first game against Sussex actually really set us up for the year in a roundabout way. And we almost got a taste of what it's like to lose, and then no one wanted to feel that again. But even when we did lose, it wasn't end of the world. There was an element of calmness. So yeah, Campbell's been brilliant, and everything that he's implied and implemented into this team, we've kind of delivered.
And if I look at you from a personal point of view, 913 runs in the Championship, average on almost 60, 550s, 300s. Just how important has that set role been for you in terms of where you're going to bat every week, coming in and performing? That
was massive for me. I think that's kind of one thing I spoke to Campbell and Northey about before I kind of came up, is that I want a role, and everything that's happened in the past at Kent and whatnot, I've kind of been shuffled around a bit, and to be given a role and to be able to learn about the role and do it week in, week out, it's really just allowed me to just focus on that and just go forward with that.
With the gloves, Ollie, some unbelievable performances from you, stumpings as well. It must feel really good to be back behind the stumps after, I guess, not keeping as much as you would have liked in 2022.
No, massively, and I don't think I've kept as well as I probably can this year, which has been frustrating from a personal point of view. But actually, I think I've shown glimpses of what I can do, and yeah, I think that's kind of my winter and going into next year, is actually really try and work on that and take myself to that next level. Because I think with my batting this year, it's everything I wanted to do, and it's been good. Whereas my keeping hasn't quite been where I want it to be, which has been frustrating. But yeah, to keep week in, week out, I think it probably does take its toll, because I haven't done it for 2 years or so fully. So yeah, it's been brilliant.
Just touching on the Blast, we saw a snippet of what you could do in 2022, but this year you looked a completely different batter in the white ball game for Durham. 3 games in a row, I think you topped your T20 best. Just give us a sense of how much you enjoyed batting in white ball cricket this season.
No, it was brilliant this year. Obviously Leesy and Ashton kind of like leading that, and with Campbell in charge, there was a real element of a bit like in the red ball, like go out there and play the way that you want to play, and kind of how does our motto fit into your game. And yeah, I think at the start of the year I was probably told I was probably going to bat 7, and then everything happened with overseas bowlers and stuff, and it meant Bedder's missing out, and actually that was my gain in a way. Campbell said to me, "I'm really sorry, you're not going to bat 7 now. I know you've been working on that, but you're going to bat 4." And I was like, perfect. So for me, that's my ideal role, I think, batting at 4. And yeah, just learning about that role and how I can impact the game from that position.
To Division 1 next year. Obviously tougher games, tougher opponents. Just how much are you looking forward to playing back in Division 1? Obviously you've been there with Kent over the last few years.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great challenge. Hopefully it goes as swimmingly well as it did this year, but I think we've got to be realistic, and it probably isn't. It's going to be tougher. It's going to be a bit more intense. It's going to be a bit more travelling, I think, as well. But yeah, it's a great challenge, and everyone in this dressing room wanted to be there, and that's what we set out to do. And now we're there, and we're kind of. I don't think there's a chance for us to kind of just ease away into the season. It's going to be we hit the ground running straight away, whether that be from pre-season onwards. But yeah, it's a great opportunity to actually try and be the best team in the country.
Just touching on pre-season, what's the plan for you now over the winter? A bit of recharging, resetting, and then go again with Durham. What's the plan? Yeah,
so off to Australia on Sunday actually for 3 weeks, which would be nice. Got a camper van over there, so we're going to do the East Coast, which would be good fun. And then yeah, I don't really know what the rest of the winter holds at the moment. I assume there'll be a pre-season trip start of the year. And yeah, build up to Division 1 next year.